Have you ever been let down by Sumio Nu, deeply cared about perhaps a woman woes? Opinion meant the world to Yomabe. It was a rejection or simply unmet expectations. The pain stings right bothers. The twist, what if I told you Theskrit isn't? In retaliating or sulking but, in calmly embracing the letdown, yes, it sounds counterintuitive, but what? If your calm acceptance becomes a biggest shock, subscribe to the channel. It's free. Stick around to discover how the timeless philosophy of Stoicism can transform your response and maybe even change how she sees you forever. Act 1. The emotional fallout. The emotional fallout is the raw and immediate reaction you experience. Someone lets you down, especially someone you deeply care about, like a woman you admire or love. This phase is defined by intense feelings of rejection or disappointment. The natural response in such situations is often driven by ego and emotional impulsiveness. You might feel the need to lash out, shut down, or demand answers. 2 questions that only amplify your pain. Why did she do this? Or what's wrong with me? Breaking down the fallout at its core, this stage is about understanding how the mind reacts when it feels threatened or hurt. Humans are wired to seek control and in relationships, when someone's actions shatter false expectations, it creates a void filled with doubt and often anger. Your first instinct might be to protect your pride. B. Responding emotionally with a throw confrontation, withdrawal, or trying to win her back. But here's the catch. This emotional reactivity is precisely what keeps you trapped in this cycle of pain. It's predictable, and because of that, it's ineffective. Real opportunity lies in recognizing this moment as a test of emotion. For example, let's say you've been dating a woman for a few months. Things seem to be going well, but one day she cancels a date last minute. When you ask why, she casually responds, "I just didn't feel like going out tonight." No explanation, just indifferentia. Immediate reaction might be frustration or hurt. You think, doesn't she respect my time, Amy? Not a priority. You're tempted to snap back with a sarcastic comment like, "Well, thanks for letting me know my time doesn't matter," or ghost her entirely in retaliation. But pause for a moment. What's really happening here? Your emotions are clouding your judgment, pushing you to act out of insecurity rather than strength. If you react impulsively, you're giving her power over your emotional state. Worse, you risk coming across as needy or overly sensitive. Shifting the perspective instead, consider this. What if you frame the situation? Her cancellation doesn't define your worth. It simply reflects her priorities at that moment. You can't control her actions, but you can control your response by choosing not to react emotionally. You take back your power. For instance, instead of snapping back, you could reply with calm acceptance, "No problem, let's catch up another time." This response is mature and communicators confines. You're showing her that while you value her time, you're not dependent in it for your happiness. The power of composure. This phase is about recognizing that the emotional fallout is temporary, and your reaction is what shapes the narrative moving forward. By assisting the urge to act on impulse, you'll create space to respond with dignity, and when she sees that you're unshaken, it forces her to reconsider how she views you as you move forward. Remember, emotional fallout is inevitable, but how you handle it determines whether you spiral or rise above. Imagine someone spilling coffee all over you in public, and instead of yelling, you say, "Oh great, no, I have my car seat." How would they even react? The same principle applies. When you stay composed, you take back control. She expects anger, sadness, confrontation, your acceptance. That's a curveball. But how do you channel this composure when your emotions scream otherwise? Let's uncover the tool Stoicism provides to the Stoic mindset. The Stoic mindset is a philosophy of emotional mastery rooted in the belief that you cannot control external events, but you can always control how you respond to them. It teaches us to focus on what lies within us, control our thoughts, actions, and reactions, while letting go of things outside our influence, like others' opinions or behaviors. Adopting this mindset allows you to remain composed in challenging situations and emerge stronger. This act is about shifting your perspective from victimhood. Instead of seeing a setback as something that defines you, you treat it as a test of your emotionalities. The Stoic mindset doesn't mean suppressing emotions, it's about acknowledging them without letting them dictate your actions. One dichotomy of control. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If answer is no, then let it go. By focusing only on what you can influence, you conserve emotional energy and maintain clarity to framing adversity as an opportunity. Every challenge, including being let down, is a chance to grow. As Marcus Aurelius famously said, the impediment to action advances. Action what stands in the way comes the way. 3. Responding, not reacting when emotions run high. The Stoic mindset encourages a pause. This creates space to choose a thoughtful response rather than reacting impulsively. For example, imagine you've been texting a woman you're interested in and things seem to be going well, but one day she suddenly stops replying with no explanation, no closure. You feel the frustration bubbling up. Why isn't she responding? Did I say something wrong? Hold, I double text her. This situation is a perfect test of the Stoic instincts of letting the silence consume. Apply the dichotomy of control. Can you control her decision to respond? No. Can you control how you interpret her silence and what you don't expect? Absolutely. Step 1. Reframe the situation. Instead of spiraling into self-doubt, shift your focus. Her silence is not about your worth. It's about her choices or circumstances. You might think she might be busy or dealing with something unrelated to me. Either way, respect her space. Step 2. Channel your energy instead of obsessing over her response. Redirect that energy towards something. At the gym, work on a projector, spend time with friends. This shift sends a powerful signal, not to her but to yourself, that your happiness isn't tied to someone else's actions. Step 3. Choose a thoughtful response. If you do decide to follow up, do it from a place of confidence, not desperation. For example, hey, I hope everything's okay on your end. Just wanted to check in. This response is calm, composed, and leaves stable in her court. The unexpected power of Stoicism. By responding this way, emotional McKitty women and people in general are redrawn to those who don't crumble under pressure. While she may have frustration or over-eagerness, your calm acceptance disrupts the script, making her reconsider how she views you. Others, the real win. Even if she doesn't respond, you've maintained your dignity. You've chosen self-respect over emotional chaos, proving to yourself that you're stronger than external circumstance. The Stoic mindset isn't about suppressing disappointment. It's about transforming it by mastering your response to challenges. You cultivate confidence and emotional balance. These traits not only help you handle setbacks, but also make you more attractive and admirable in any relationship. Think of it this way: your disappointment could be the motivational speaker you never hired. Thank you. 4th life lesson: disappointment now. I'm ready to hit through it. By now you might be thinking, this all sounds good, but how do I actually respond in the moment without letting my emotions slip? Let's dive deeper into the power of acceptance. Act 3. Shock her with acceptance. hocking her. With acceptance is about responding to disappointment with composure and grace, an approach that defies expectations and demonstrates emotional maturity. When a woman lets you down, she likely anticipates frustrationsness or confrontation. By choosing calm acceptance instead, you disrupt the typical emotional script, creating an unexpected and powerful impression. This is not about pretending to avoid affected or depressing emotions. It's about truly understanding that our actions don't define your worth or happiness. When you accept the situation without resentment or desperation, you communicate confidence and self. Why acceptance is so powerful? 1. Its unexpected emotional reactions. Our predictable acceptance is not by responding calmly. You stand out as someone who is secure and self-assured. This composure can make her question her actions and reevaluate her perspective in you. 2. It demonstrates emotional strength. Acceptance shows that you are in control of your emotions. This is a hallmark of maturity and is inherently attractive. It signals that you're not easily shaken by external events. 3. It shifts the power dynamic. You react emotionally, you hand over control of the situation. By accepting let down gracefully, you reclaim your power and set the tone for how the interaction progresses. For example, imagine you've been seeing a woman for a while and you're excited about where things are heading. One evening she sits her down and says, "I don't think this is working out. I need some space." In this moment, your heart sinks. The typical reaction might be to plead, argue, or ask for clarity, but instead you take a breath and say, "I understand. I respect your decision and wish you the best." Her reaction likely stunned. She expected resistance, perhaps even emotional turmoil. Your acceptance not only her but also leaves her with a sense of admiration for your composure. What happens next? If she truly needs space, your calm response leaves the door open for mutual respect. She may even reconsider her decision as your acceptance communicates emotional independence. If her feelings are genuine, if her statement was a test gauge, your reaction, your maturity prevents that. You won't crumble under emotional pressure, which can elevate her perception of you. Why this works psychologically: when anticipates an argument or emotional outburst and doesn't get forced to confront their own actions, your acceptance flips the narrative instead. Instead of focusing on your reaction, she starts reflecting on her own behavior. It highlights your self-control, which can trigger admiration or even regret when to use acceptance. This approach isn't about tolerating disrespect or suppressing genuine feelings. It's about recognizing how a situation is beyond your control, responding in a way that prioritizes your dignity and peace of mind. For example, she cancels plans last minute. "No worries. Let me know when you're free again." She ends the relationship. "I understand. I hope you find what you're looking for." She criticizes you unfairly. "Thanks for your perspective. I'll think about it." Real-world benefits of acceptance. 1. You keep your dignity. Regardless of the outcome, you walk away with your self-respect intact. To you leave a lasting impression. People remember how you make them feel. Your calm acceptance will stand out as a sign of emotional strength. 3. You focus on what matters. Instead of obsessing over her actions, you redirect your energy toward self-improvement and personal growth. Shock her with acceptance, because it's not just a response, it's a statement. It says, "I value myself enough to let go of what I can't control." Whether or not she considers her decision, you've already won by prioritizing your peace and emotional strength. Remember, acceptance isn't about giving up. It's about moving forward with grace and confidence. By doing So you not only transform the dynamic, but also set yourself up for healthier, more fulfilling interactions in the future end. Here's the kicker: your acceptance might just make her rethink her decision, but even if it doesn't, you've already won by maintaining your dignity ever. Notice how you can win an argument just by smiling and nodding. It's like emotional judo uses her expectations against. Now that you understand the power of, let's look at how this Tisento, a woman's psychology and signals she sends when she's truly interested in you. You've just learned how to turn disappointment into an advantage using Stoicism, but here's the exciting part: this is just the beginning. Want to dive deeper into understanding how women think? Check out my next video, 10 Clear Signs a Woman Thinks You're Attractive. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your support helps YouTube recommend this content to more men who need to hear this message.